XUCA, I save all virtual part funds from various sectors to our valued clients, our dear farmers and fishers, and also partner stakeholders. Good afternoon, magandang hapon, ug maayong hapon sa tanan. It is with great pride and honor for me to share PCIC's Agricultural Insurance Program, status, challenges, and opportunities, together with one of PCIC's pioneers, the Regional Manager of PCIC Regional Office Number 10, Regional Manager Charlito, Brilleta. Again, I am Manuel, Cortina, and I am a proud graduate of Xavier University College of Agriculture, and currently I'm the officer in charge of the Business Development and Marketing Department of the Philippines' sole and major agricultural insurance provider in the Philippines, the Philippine Crop Insurance Corporation. Okay, to begin with, here is the topic outline of my discussion this afternoon. Briefly, I'll share to you about PCIC. Next, our insurance programs, our PCIC roadmap, then the results of operations and accomplishments of PCIC, challenges, and plans and strategies. Briefly, PCIC was created under a Presidential Decree 1467. The charter was further amended through Presidential Decree 1733 on October 21, 1980, and further amended through RA 8175 on December 29, 1995. The principal mandate of the corporation is to provide insurance protection to the country's agricultural producers, particularly the subsistence farmers, against loss of their crops and non-crop agricultural assets on account of natural calamities such as typhoons, floods, droughts, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions, plant pests and diseases, and or other perils. So as mentioned by Dean Chari, it is one of the risk transfer mechanisms that our farmers and fishers can or may consider getting or availing. So as we all know also, Philippines is a vulnerable country to typhoons and even earthquake. PCIC also is the implementing agency of the government's crop insurance program. Again, our mandate is to provide insurance protection to agricultural producers. Now then, what are the benefits of getting agricultural insurance? So first, it protects farm investments, including crops and other properties. Therefore, it promotes sustainability of the business in farm investments. Also, it serves as substitute collateral for farmers and fisherfolk who have no property in securing loans extended by lending and financing institutions. We are happy to say that some of the major loan provider in the country, like Land Bank of the Philippines, they require PCIC or insurance, agricultural insurance as collateral or as a mandatory requirement to avail agri loans. Also, insurance serves as enabling mechanisms that encourages greater investments and production from farmers and fisherfolk, thus promoting food security and poverty alleviation. That's why PCIC supports all the programs, whether it's credit or other interventions of the Department of Agriculture. PCIC also serves as an effective financial adaptation measure against the destructive effects of climate change. PCIC was established in 1981. We started with our rice crop insurance. And as of this time, these are the insurance lines or products that PCIC offers to our farmers and fishers. First, we offer rice crop insurance. We also have insurance for corn. We also cover from small animals to large animals under livestock insurance. Also, we have insurance for our fishery sector. We also cover buildings, agri-machineries, and equipments under non-crop insurance. In other crops, may be covered under high-value crop insurance. Under this insurance, we develop around 100 policies under high-value crop insurance. And of course, to complete the insurance offers of PCIC, we also cover accident and life insurance of our farmers and fishers under the credit and life term insurance. Briefly, the rice in corn crop insurance is an insurance protection extended to farmers against losses in rice and corn crops due to natural calamities, as well as infestation of selected major plant pests and diseases. Actually, under rice and corn crop insurance, these are our major insurance products where a lot of farmers are enrolled or covered under this insurance. Now, who can avail of this rice and corn crop insurance? So any can be a self-financed farmer, meaning they're not borrowing money from any lending institution, or of course, since PCIC supports credit programs of various lending institutions, borrowing farmers can also avail of our insurance. Now, as mentioned under the high-value crop insurance, these are insurance extended to farmers to cover both short gestating and perennial types of crops against natural calamities as well as infestation of selected major plant pests and diseases. So under high-value crop insurance, dito po natin nako-cover yung mga vegetables, you have plantation crops, you have industrial crops. So dito po natin nako-cover under our high-value crop insurance. Whether malaki yung cost of production inputs niya o maliit, we cover them. But as per mandate of PCIC, we are serving the small-scale farmers. So who can avail of the insurance? So can be plantation growers, cooperative farmers, corporate farm owners, and other planters or growers. Okay, also those small high-value crop growers. Now, for livestock insurance, this is an insurance for livestock raisers against loss of carabao, cattle, horse, swine, goat, sheep, poultry, and game fowls and animals due to accidental death or diseases. Actually, under livestock insurance, we also cover various dispersal programs of the government, both from the local and national. So, like for example, National Dairy Authority, we cover their imported dairy and goats from other countries. And for LGUs, various dispersal programs of the LGU, we also cover. The non-crop agricultural asset insurance are insurance extended to farmers against loss of their non-crop agricultural assets, like agricultural buildings, warehouses, rice mills, irrigation facilities, and other farm equipment due to perils such as fire and lightning and earthquake. So very common now are the super typhoons that usually happen in the Philippines. So if you have that worry that your agricultural buildings might be torn down by these super typhoons, then please consider getting NCI insurance from PCIC. Fisheries insurance, on the other hand, extended to fish farmer, fisher folk, growers against losses in unharvested crop or stock in fisheries farms due to natural calamities and fortuitous events. So under fisheries insurance, we cover fish cages, fish pond, okay, and also we're extending our coverage under fisheries to their fishing boat and even their fishing gear, so they can be covered under our fishery insurance. Now, who can avail again? It can be individual, farmer, fisher folk, or grower, or there can be a borrower or a group of farmers. Now, to complete the agri-insurance products of PCIC, of course, we need also to protect our producers, our farmers and fishers. So we cover them under credit and lifetime insurance. So here we have 3 products under this insurance program. Okay, first we have this Agricultural Producers Protection Plan. This is a comprehensive life insurance that we offer to our farmers and fishers and all other agricultural stakeholders, even up to fourth degree of consanguinity. So we cover death of the insured due to accident, natural causes, and take note, even murder or assault, we cover them, we paid. Okay. The premium rate for as low as 375 for a coverage of 50,000, okay, and 750 for a coverage of 100,000. So murang-mura lang po, and considering that PCIC is the government, so we cannot consider that we will bankrupt somehow, but we will remain and will pay whatever liability that we have or a responsibility that we have to our insured farmers. Okay, under AP3 product also, it has dismemberment coverage also. So as you can see, so pag nabulag, naputulan ng kamay, ng paa, we pay them. So just like any other insurance company, meron din pong ganitong coverage ang PCIC. Okay, eligibility requirements. So agriculture producers, farmers, fisher folk, preferably with existing agricultural or crop insurance coverage. So usually kasi we bundled this product to our other insurance product like crop insurance or livestock or fisheries. Okay. So including their family members up to fourth degree of consanguinity or affinity. So farm workers, hired or otherwise, in other agricultural stakeholders whose age ranges from 15 to 80 years old. So imagine up to 80 years old, in-extend natin para may coverage ang ating mga farmers and fishers. Now for the loan repayment protection plan, simply this is an insurance for loan. So if they're availing agricultural loan and they want to protect their loan kasi they're not sure about their life, so baka hindi nila mabayaran yung utang, so this insurance product will somehow address that concern ng ating mga borrowers. So kung meron sila nito at namatay sila and their loan is not yet fully matured or not fully paid, then PCIC pays the face value or the principal amount, or if they include the interest, then will pay everything kahit konti na lang yung balance niya dun sa bangko. Okay, so the premium rate, so as low as 1.5 for 1-year term. So iba-iba kasi yung terms ng loan, so it's prorated. So the shorter the term, the cheaper the premium rate. Okay, so any individual or group of borrowers whose age ranges from 18 to 80 years old can avail of this loan repayment protection plan. Now, for accident and dismemberment security scheme, ito naman yung pinaka-cheapest that we can offer to our farmers and fishers. Okay, ito ay insurance kung sakasakali sila ay maaksidente. So the main covered here is death due to accident, but it also have dismemberment of the insured. We also pay just like our AP3. So as low as 50 pesos, okay, pwede na sila ma-cover for a 50,000. That's 1 year. It's a term insurance. So again, if they encounter dismemberment, we pay that, okay, due to accident. Okay, can be individual or group plan. By the way, for our AP3 and ADS insurance, we also have a burial benefit and also medical reimbursement benefit. So for medical reimbursement, they're allowed to reimburse 20% of their sum insured. And for the burial benefit, if it's AP3 product, then we provide 5,000, and then if it's ADS product, then we provide 2,000. A roadmap. In our roadmap, if PCIC gets 1 billion increase every year, that's per the GAA, General Appropriations Act, every year we could target 56% penetration rate in the year 2025 in terms of the number of farmers that we cover under the RSBSA. By the way, we implement this RSBSA program in partnership with the national government, because the national government provides us premium subsidy for this. We're getting around 3.5 billion every year, and we're expecting additional 1 billion next year. So RSBSA stands for Registry System for Basic Sectors in Agriculture, wherein this is a database of farmers and fishers in the Philippines, updated solely by the Department of Agriculture. So if their names are in that list, then they can avail 100% full premium subsidy from PCIC. So they will not be paying any premium from us, okay? So in terms of the number of farmers that we cover under the RSBSA list, consisting of 10.9 million of farmers and fisher folk. But out of the 10.9 million farmers, only around 60% are farmers and other are farm workers. Therefore, it's a 7% increase every year. So this is the roadmap of PCIC, and we hope to achieve this by year 2025. Okay, results of operations and accomplishment. Okay, briefly, last year, despite the difficulties and limitations brought about by this pandemic, we were able to enroll more than 3 million, as you can see, 3 million farmers and fishers. And we were able to spend and allocated 4.8 billion on free insurance to our farmers, with breakdown as follows per region. Okay, last year, we paid also almost 3.4 billion worth of insurance claims to around 585,000 farmers and fishers due to natural calamities, pests and diseases, with breakdown of indemnity payment as follows. So parami po ang nako-cover at nasiserbisyuhan ng PCIC. Now, other notable accomplishments of PCIC last year are as follows. PCIC topped the GOCCs, or government-owned and controlled corporations, for Governance Commission for GOCCs Corporate Governance Scorecard for 4 straight years from 2016 to 2019, and with a rating of 100.52 out of 104. Imagine. Also, Corporate Governance Scorecard is a tool used by GCG for assessing the governance performance of GOCC. The areas GCG examines are the following: stakeholders relationship, disclosure and transparency, board responsibility. Scorecard also is patterned by GCG after OCG and ASEAN Corporate Scorecard, and we are proud that we topped that award. We also got a 97.72% in our performance scorecard in GCG. Performance scorecard is a tool consisting of matrix and performance indicators that measures the progress among GOCCs in attaining their goals and mission on the areas of the following: social impact, stakeholders relationship, finance, internal process, and learning and growth. Also, some of the PCIC measures were amount of cover, number of farmers insured, covered, over total number of subsistence farmers and fishers, processing of claims, and competency of employees. Also, PCIC garnered highest satisfaction rating with 96.46%, conducted by a third-party consultant, the Development Academy of the Philippines. Therefore, our farmers are very much satisfied with the products and services of the corporation. On plans and strategies. Now, PCIC supports the 1DA approach. This is a holistic transformation of agri and fisheries. So on greater inclusion of farm level, first, we continue to expand insurance coverage among farmers and fisherfolk using other fund sources, including those to be generated from LGUs. So aside from the fund that we got from the national government, which is the 3.5 billion for RSBSA, we also build a partnership with local government units, like, for example, the province of Cebu, the province of Negros Occidental. They allocated also a premium subsidy for their constituents. Also, tighter coordination with ACPC, that's Agricultural Credit Policy Council, for providing insurance to the capital access for young agripreneurs or KAYA, and Agri-Negosyo Loan Program or ANYO, including on information education. Also, we pursue conversation with ACPC on greater financing and insurance coverage for landless farmers and small fisher folk. And we optimize insurance coverage in organized farm clusters. Now, on digitalization, since we face this kind of pandemic, these limitations of our field personnel as they travel due to some LG restrictions. So this is also a way forward now of the corporation to go digital. So first, we enhance use of smartphone technology to cut field validation time for insurance enrollment and claims. So right now, our adjusters are bringing with them the smartphone, tablet, wherein they can already send in reports directly to our regional servers, and they can process claims even within the day. Now we are further enhancing this use of smartphone technology for our claim settlement. Also, scale up implementation of the PCIC DBP. DBP is Development Bank of the Philippines Agreement on use of latter's multi-channel disbursement facility that enables speedy release of insurance claims to bank and unbanked farmers and fisher folk. So this is what we call as the multi-channel disbursement facility, wherein we partner with DBP, and DBP together with its partner also like M. Louvillier, a financial service provider. Farmers doesn't necessarily have to go to PCIC and get their checks, but they can, if they were provided with a cash card, then the claims payment will automatically be credited to their accounts. Or M. Louvillier, for example, as a pickup center, will text them and they can just go to any M. Louvillier branches and get their claims payment. So we are somehow innovating our payout system in PCIC using the financial technology system. Also support ADB, or Asian Development Bank of the Philippines, with DSP Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas projects to assess feasibility of scaling up digital tools, including satellite-enabled solutions to improve insurance efficiencies, including in ensuring commercial viability of non-subsidized insurance. So currently, through the initiative of ADB, Asian Development Bank, we are now to pilot it first time in the Philippines, a public-private partnership on agri-insurance, wherein we sign a co-insurance agreement with a private insurance provider, of course, to encourage and entice the private insurance sector, private insurance companies to also develop and engage into agri-insurance. Now, PCIC now also is into building online platforms for insurance registration and filing of claims among our farmers and fishers. So right now, our IT team is now developing this platform so that our farmers will no longer be, filling out forms, okay, and send it to LGUs or send it to PCIC. So if we provide this platform online, then they can just access and key in all the informations that PCIC is requiring. Okay, I'd like to share the special projects that we are into, or the past pilots that we had, because right now PCIC implements this traditional indemnity type of insurance wherein we have adjusters. We need to send our adjusters to the field to validate claims. Now, this kind of innovative index-based insurance, these are also the trend now in the global agri-insurance system, wherein it is more of parametric. We are no longer requiring adjusters, but we are using technology here. We are basing payouts on agreed indices set by the insurance company and, of course, other partners. So previously, we have this completed pilot project. So we piloted area yield-based index insurance that's in Leyte in year 2011 with GIZ as the collaborator and partner. Then we piloted also several weather index-based type of insurance. So we started WB with ILO from 2011 to 2013. So low and excess rainfall for rice rain-fed was a product developed there. WIBC also pilot sites in Tugigaraw, Pinablanca, Cagayan, Dumangas, Iloilo. So we're funded by World Bank. Then also WIBI Mindanao, this is the latest index insurance that we piloted with UNDP to various sites in Malaybalay, Valencia, and Davao areas. Then again, index insurance, like for example, if it's just a rainfall, then we only pay rainfall index. So it is purely based on the rainfall data provided to us by PADASA. Okay, and just last 2019, we piloted a hybrid type of insurance, the 2-in-1 risk crop insurance, wherein it's a combination of an indemnity or traditional type of insurance and index insurance. So again, it's with UNDP. Then just last year, despite the pandemic, we were able to pilot the satellite imagery-based decision on agri-insurance with Sature and Planters Product Incorporated. So satellite, using satellite, it can already generate reports on post-planting inspections and also initial damage assessment. So those are the completed pilot projects that we had in PCIC. Then we have this proposed now, and hopefully this will push through and will be piloted soonest also. We have this coconut yield-based insurance for our coconut farmers. So this is going to be the first high-value parametric type of insurance that we will develop and implement. So under our partner here is the Philippine Coconut Authority. Then these two hybrid insurance, the comprehensive hybrid insurance cover for rice. So this is somehow hybrid of index insurance and traditional insurance. Then we have this hybrid index insurance, dry run and pilot. It's a combination of index insurance and yield insurance. So there's a lot of innovative insurance products that we are about to pilot and implement at PCIC. Now, what are the challenges that we encountered? Actually, the challenges is more on our index insurance or parametric, because in terms of the traditional or indemnity, we already have that expertise since we've been implementing this kind of insurance since 1981. So now we are open to somehow collaborating with various partners to develop more parametric type of insurance. So there's a need for technical assistance for scientists or experts in the particular crop, livestock, or aquaculture, a subject of index-based insurance product development. In terms of the fisheries, actually, we have one partner now. We have this ongoing talks with them, and they're already developing the concept of developing a parametric insurance for fish captured kasi wala pa kami ganong klaseng insurance. So we only covered fish cages, fish pond. Wala po tayong insurance dun sa mismo mga fisher folk na lumalaot sa dagat para mangisda. Also, availability of data relevant to the insurance product to be developed. And also there's a need for advanced technologies and equipment. So we need that, satellite, drone technology. That's a welcome technology that we can use for PCIC. Also, there's a continued collaboration with insurance product development partners with the completion of the pilot project and a need to address basis risk in index-based insurance products. So ito lang kasi yung issue with parametric, the basis risk. So, alam mo yung microclimate, may area na inulan, okay, covered natin ng index insurance. We will pay them all equally. Kaso when you validate the area, hindi naman lahat sila heavily damaged because of other factors affecting the yield. Like you have the topography, the soil type, and other factors. Now, strategies to support partnerships. So we are currently expanding our 4,000 strong insurance partnerships with lending cooperatives, irrigators associations, other cooperatives, rural banks, and other civil society organizations. We are happy to say that given the limited regional offices that we have, we were able to establish around 58 extension offices, and we also have 20 service desks to cater and reach out to more farmers and fishers nationwide. And also, we accredit our partners to be our underwriting agents and also solicitors to help us facilitate underwriting. Now, we also focus on increasing our municipality or city local government units engagement. So, ito malaki yung tulong ng ating mga local governments in terms of implementing our RSBSA. So sila ang talagang tumutulong sa atin para mas marami tayong mako-cover under that program. Okay, on strategic communication, the use of insurance partnership as communication channel to conduct intensified insurance education and advocacy among all stakeholders, but primarily on farmers and fisher folks. So yung nabanggit ko, we accredit our partners. So not just the lending institutions, but we also have cooperatives, rural banks, we also have microfinance institutions, NGOs. Okay, we accredit them to be our agent and solicitors. Now we're also enhancing our IEC materials, okay, including translating them into local languages and dialects para mas maintindihan ng ating mga farmers and fishers yung programa at serbisyo ng PCIC. I guess that would be all from PCIC Head Office on behalf of our President, Attorney Jovi C. Bernabe, and our Board of Directors and top management. Maraming salamat po sa pakikinig at magandang hapon sa lahat.
Good afternoon sa tanan, sa lahat, at and I'm so happy that I was invited by my college, in the college where I graduated, no? So currently, the Philippine Crop Insurance Corporation has expanded our swine industry insurance program. This is precisely because one of the problems that we have now, especially in Mindanao, aside from COVID, we also have the problem on ASF. So, the Secretary of Agriculture requested PCIC to come up with a product line wherein culling of affected animals due to ASF will be made compensable. This is precisely because the regular swine insurance, mortality insurance, does not include culling or depopulation as one of those risks that will be compensated once done. No? So, PCIC provided the necessary risk mechanism for the swine industry so that we will be able to help the swine raisers continue producing their stocks and with peace of mind that they are already protected, no, against ASF. So please allow me to present the swine industry insurance program of the Philippine Crop Insurance Corporation. One of the innovations that PCIC has done in line with the request of the Department of Agriculture to help them compensate the stocks, the swine that are being affected by ASF, at the same time are exposed to culling operations. General program mechanics. Background. Allow me to present the swine industry insurance program. Background. In support of the department's effort, the Philippine Crop Insurance Corporation, an attached agency of the Department of Agriculture, has designed the swine repopulation insurance program. It contains relaxed features of the agency's regular livestock insurance program, including the discounted premium to commercial hog raisers, increased indemnity payment for hogs losses, and inclusion of culling or destruction of swine due to ASF. As I have mentioned earlier, this culling or destruction of swine due to ASF under our regular insurance program is not compensable. The features were adopted in recognition of the urgency of the situation of the hog industry is currently in. The following rules and regulations shall govern the implementation of this special program. This program, the objective. This program shall support the DA's effort at revitalizing the hog industry in the face of the ASF infection, increasing hog population, and stabilizing pork supply and prices through the integrated National Swine Production Initiatives for Recovery and Expansion called INSPIRE and the Bantay ASF sa Barangay program. Specifically, it aims to provide insurance cover to backyard and commercial hog raisers who continue with hog raising and help mitigate the risk to their investment. General program mechanics. The Swine Repopulation Insurance Program, or the Swine Industry Insurance Program, will be implemented as a special component of PCIC Livestock Mortality Insurance Program. The existing free insurance program for backyard hog raisers listed in the registry system for basic sector in agriculture will be folded into the Swine Repopulation Insurance Program, Swine Industry Insurance Program. The other qualified participants in program, including the commercial hog raisers, will be provided a partial subsidy to the program required for them to be covered. The SRIP and SIIP will insure fatteners and breeders. Number 5, the SRIP, SIIP will cover government order culling or destruction of ASF affected swine as a compensable risk. The SRIP, Swine Insurance Program, will pay indemnity up to 100% maximum of the total sum insured, subject to the standard 10% deductible and the table of valuation of 4 fatteners. The SREP and SIIP will require biosecurity conditionalities at the local government unit and farm level as an additional minimum requirement to enable coverage of particular hog raiser, whether individual or institutional. This swine insurance program will be immediately implemented until such time that the ASF infection has been resolved. Guidelines for the implementation of swine industry insurance program. The PCIC insurance operations policies, system and procedure, and the following additional guidelines shall be followed in the implementation of this program. 1. The intended beneficiary participant of the insurance program. First is the backyard swine raiser listed in the RSBSA. This is the reason why those farmers listed in the RSBSA are the intended beneficiary or participant of this program, because these farmers who are listed in that particular registry is eligible for premium subsidy. B, the farmers cooperatives and association. C, commercial farm operators. D, local government units and state colleges and universities. Additional minimum requirement of beneficiary participants and the farm. No? The provincial and municipal government that have jurisdiction over the farm of these beneficiaries must have adopted harmonized ordinances relevant and pertaining to the prevention and control of ASF. The municipal government must have prepared and is implementing and regularly updating a municipal African swine fever control and prevention plan aligned with the regional initiatives of the DA Regional Field Office. The local government must have organized the Bantay ASF sa barangay. The hog farms, for them to be able to be insured, must be registered in the local government unit. Minimum requirement of compliance with the biosecurity level 1 standard must be adhered, and farmers, or in case of commercial farm owners and staff, have been trained in biosecurity procedures. This is the description of the standard being used for biosecurity category classification. I think this is self-explanatory. So whenever your score is below 18, your farm is not eligible for insurance for level 1. For level 2, if the score is below 24, your farm is not eligible for, you must have a minimum of 18 and 20 for level 1, and for level 2, 24, for your farm to be covered or eligible for the swine industry insurance program. What are the underwriting policies? This program will be implemented as part of the PCIC livestock mortality insurance program, with special features as indicated in this presentation. Fund requirement. PCIC has allotted 600 million from its current budget for this program. The amount shall be used either as insurance premium, subsidy, or indemnity payment for assured RSBSA listed hog raisers. The DA will provide additional fund if needed. Provision of government premium subsidy. The following shall be the rates. For backyard swine raisers, smallholders, the premium subsidy shall be 100% of the cost or full premium subsidy, meaning those backyard raisers who are listed in the RSBSA registry will be fully subsidized. No? They will not pay a single centavo for the premium of their insurance coverage. P. For commercial swine raisers, the premium subsidy shall be at such rate of the premium cost as may be agreed upon by the Department of Agriculture and PCIC. While the backyard raisers who are listed in the RRSBSA are eligible for premium subsidy, the commercial raisers must pay for the premium, and there are instances where they can lower the premium by means of by means of by means of deductions of non-inclusion of some risk. Premium rates. The following rates should be applied per type of swine. For backyard farm, for fattener, 1.75%. Breeder, 3.5%. This will cover all types of diseases, including those listed under exclusive risk, such as ASF, without additional premium loading. For commercial farm, the fattener premium rate is 2.85%. For the breeder stock is 4%. Rates are inclusive of 5% premium loading for ASF. Premium rate for commercial hog raisers. For fattener, the basic premium is 1.5%. Typhoon unplanned loading is 0.25%. ASF loading is 0.5%. The total is 2.25%. For breeder, the basic premium is 3%. Typhoon unplanned, 0.5%. ASF 0.5%. And total premium cost is 4%. The farmer can offer, not including this availing of this typhoon and flood loading, so that he may be able to reduce the amount of premium that he will be paying. What are the risks insured against? For non-commercial backyard diseases like liver fluke, Verminous bronchitis, all parasitic diseases, leptopyrosis, swine enzootic pneumonia, colibacillosis, streptococcus, tetanus, aplactocytosis, cancerous diseases, foot rot, rabies poisoning, heat stroke, heart attack, and all other diseases. Accidental drowning, strangulation, snake bites, and other events of accident in nature, except those caused by vehicular accident. Earthquake, convulsion of nature, volcanic eruption, inundation, atmospheric disturbances such as hurricane, tornado, and cyclone are the risk insured again. By risk insured again, this means that these are compensable losses. Fire and lightning is also included. Accident arising from transport of animal from farm and place of treatment. For commercial cover, the covered risks are the following: liver fluke, verminous bronchitis, all parasitic diseases, leptopyrosis, swine enzootic pneumonia, colibacillosis, streptococcus, tetanus, aplactocytosis, cancerous diseases, foot rot, rabies, poisoning, heat stroke, heart attack, and all other diseases, except those appearing in the excluded risk like swine dysentery, erysipelas, hog cholera, hook and mouth disease, swine plague, PEDB, and salmonellosis. Accident, except fire and lightning. Accident arising from transport of animals to and from the farm and place of treatment are also covered. But are the excluded risks under the commercial type of insurance? Unskillful treatment by grower, meaning he is not following the good agricultural practices or good husbandry practices. His agents and employees overloading, improper use, willful or malicious injury. Second, diseases or injuries already existing at the commencement of insurance or developing during the waiting period. There are these diseases na hindi mo ma-identify or ma-detect during sa pagka-insure ng ating mga farmers. That's why we impose a waiting period for us to know whether the stock is not already infected by a disease prior to his insurance coverage. Disappearance, theft, robbery, confiscation by order of the government. Loss occurring prior to and after the effectivity of insurance. Losses due to mismanagement and losses due to vehicular accident. Di pwede magbayad ang PCIC kung nasagaan yung stock mo. That means that pinababayaan mo ang iyong stocks, no? So, kung may magbayad man ang driver ng vehicle o ang may-ari ng vehicle ang magbabayad. For commercial cover, losses due to fire, lightning, typhoon, and flood. How much is the cover or what is the amount of cover under this SIIP? The following should be the amount of cover per type of swine, subject to the usual prorating assessment according to the growth period when the loss occurred. For fattener, maximum is 10,000 per head. Ang sinasabi dito, maximum. It can be lower, no? Kung titingnan mo ang sinasabi, maximum of 10,000 per head. Pwedeng 6,000, pwedeng, kung maximum, meron tayong mga requirements no? Breeder, F1, 14,500 per head. Parent stock, 34,000 per head. Effectivity. This policy shall apply only to the current situation with regard to ASF infection and shall remain effective until such time that the hog industry and the market will have stabilized or solution or treatment to the disease shall have been developed. The hog raiser farm should be in area. What are the conditions for acceptance of policy condition in the acceptance of the stock for coverage? One, the hog raiser farm should be in an area cleared for repopulation or in green zone. Meaning, hindi namin tatanggapin yung mga hogs na located or declared yung area na yon na red zone. Kailangan green zone siya. No? The hog raiser must be a registered practitioner of biosecurity under the Bantay ASF program. The insured shall be the sole owner or co-owner of the livestock subject for insurance coverage. The insured livestock should remain within the premises of the farm of the insured. The hog farm must be supervised by a hog technician or a veterinarian. Insurable age. Kala namin, anong edad ng stock na pwede namin tanggapin at pwede siyang ma-insure. So, sa breeder, beginning on the ka-anim na buwan of the age up to 2 years, insurance can be renewed annually up to the 4th year. For fattener, beginning on the 45th day until sold or up to a maximum of 6-month cover. So, yan o, ang insurable age natin for breeder on the 6th month of the year, of the 6-month age of the stock up to 2 years. Other conditions for coverage, the insurance will submit a veterinary certification certifying that the animals are in good health and are acceptable for insurance. The PCIC personnel shall be entitled at any time to inspect, examine, and or assist the sum insured if needed. What are the underwriting procedures? Again, PCIC shall closely coordinate with the Department of Agriculture, Regional Field Office, Bureau of Animal Industry, the local government units for the list of qualified beneficiary participants or program recipients as a basis for PCIC granting of insurance coverage. The qualified beneficiary participant shall express interest to participate in the insurance program by filling out and submitting the livestock mortality insurance document application form together with other required documents to the concerned PCIC regional office or provincial extension office. Hindi pwede, there are instances wherein farmers, ang perception nila na pag libreng insurance, hindi na tayo apply. No. We cannot pay your claims kung you have not insured your stocks. No? Kailangan kahit na libre, even if it is fully subsidized, kailangan i-enroll ninyo ang inyong mga hayop sa PCIC. There's no such term as automatic. No? Kailangan in any insurance activity, whether private or government, kailangan mayroon tayong application for insurance coverage. Hindi sasabihin na automatic na ito kasi libre. No. Kailangan magpa-insure. Mag-fill up ng application form para matingnan namin, we can validate all those information you have written. At the same time, we will be able to know where your farm is and other information related to the insurance coverage. PCIC shall review the submitted underwriting documents for completeness. No, if not, there are instances na hindi kompleto ang mga application ng ating mga nagsasaka. So, our response to that, or what we, ang action namin sa ganyang sitwasyon is we return the document to farmer for completion. Kasi there are instances na kulang siya sa yung number of hugs ang kalimutan niya kapag lagay. So hindi namin malalaman kung ilan yung i-insure namin. So kailangan whenever you are yung up yung swine raiser na kung siya mag-apply sa opisina o sa Department of Agriculture, i-kumpleto niya yung application para when the time comes na mayroon siyang claim, we can immediately respond or settle the claim kung walang problema. No? Walang problema kasi kahit na yung signature niya kailangan it must be properly written and it jive with the ID that he has presented, the identification card or ID he presented during the application. The PCIC, with assistance from DA, RFU, and local government unit, shall conduct field inspection to validate farms and farmer owner eligibility to include checking biosecurity protocols and management capability of the farmer. If and when the farmer satisfies all the requirements, PCIC will issue the livestock mortality insurance policy. So, in case of loss, death arising from the occurrence of risk insured against, the insured farmer, raiser, or her household member shall file a notice of loss, notice of death in accordance with the existing policy implementing rules and regulation. So, it is standard operation or requirement sa ating insurance, whether rice, corn, or that you should report your losses to PCIC. Pag wala kayong notice of loss, hindi namin malalaman na meron kayong damages sa farm mo or sa stocks mo. So one of the necessary documents that has to be submitted to PCIC in the event na mayroong losses sa insured stocks is the notice of loss, no? Mortal sin na patay na yung kuan mo, matagal na patay ang stock mo, doon ka pa mag-report 1 month after death nga or 2 months after death sa animal, doon ka pa mag-report. Madi-deny yung claim mo. So kailangan may notice of loss, no? For us to know that the insured animal ay namatay dahil sa risgo na with part sa insurable risk, no? The assured farmer, hog raiser, or any member of the family shall file the notice of loss in formal letter, telegram, email, fax, text messages, or as prescribed by PCIC, provided that if written notice in some other form is given, it shall at least contain the necessary information required in accordance with PCIC claims procedures, such as the name of the assured, farm location, location of the insured, insurance policy number, date of loss or death, culling of swine, and nature cause of loss. These are the necessary information that should be indicated in the notice of loss for us to identify, to verify that such farmer has a coverage with PCIC. The notice of loss should be filed within 7 calendar days from the death of the insured swine. However, for swine or farm covered with government order for culling or destruction due to ASF infection, the PCIC Regional Office, Provincial Extension Office, shall be notified before the conduct of culling. No? So, kung mayroong culling, kailangan before mag-conduct ng culling, i-notify ang PCIC para PCIC will be able to attend the culling operations. No claim shall be entertained without proof of filing of notice of loss. As I have said earlier, hindi natin ma-entertain ang isang claim kung walang notice of loss or notification in the event of culling as required in item 3 above. For ASF-related claims, the proof of conduct of testing for ASF infection and its result as basis for the national government's order for culling or destruction of ASF infected swine shall be provided. In the case of culling, the Bantay ASF Biosecurity Officer, local government veterinarian, and the concerned PCIC Regional Office, Provincial Extension Office representative shall be required to be present during the actual culling to validate the number of heads being culled due to ASF. Any culling undertaken without the presence of 2 LGU officers and PCIC representative shall not be compensable. So, this is very critical, no? Kailangan kung may culling, itong tatlong personnel, no? Isa sa LGU, dalawa sa LGU at sa PCIC should witness the culling operation. Dahil kung walang PCIC or any of the three officers who shall not or will not be present, the loss will not be compensable. For non-ASF related claims, the claims adjustment and verification under regular insurance claim situation shall be conducted as far as practicable. But 2 PCIC authorized insurance adjusters, however, if there is an inefficient number of adjusters and insufficient number of adjusters, an individual insurance adjuster may validly conduct the claims adjustment verification. So this is particularly for other non-ASF claim. Pwede ang PCIC lang or dalawang PCIC, or in case maraming claims sa area at saka hindi pwedeng dalawa ang punta, isang adjuster lang pwede na can conduct the claims adjustment and verification activities. The insurance indemnity shall be paid by PCIC Regional Office to the financing institution if the source of financing is coming from land bank or any government or private institution. Pwede natin kung naka-assign naman yung claims niya sa bangko, so doon na may bayad. For those who are walang loan, the indemnity will be paid directly to the farmer. As I said earlier, the maximum that we are paying for a loss, no, sa swine fattener is 10,000, no? But if, for example, ang length ng fattening period niya is 4 months and the death occurred on the first month, we will be paying only 60%, no? 60%. So 10,000 times 60% is 6,000 And as mentioned in the earlier slides, mayroon tayong 10% deductible. So 60%, 10,000 minus times 60% is 6,000 pesos minus the deductible of 1,000, because 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. The net payment that will be given to the farmer is 5,000 pesos. As the fattening period increases, sa 4th month, for example, namatay yung fattener, ang gagamitin natin is 100%. But meron tayong deductible na 1,000, magiging maximum of 10,000, 9,000 ang ating bayad. Similarly situated is yung kung 5,000, 5 months ang fattening period, sa 1st month, 60%, 2nd month, 70%, sa 3rd month, 80%, sa 4th month, 90%, sa 5th month, 100%. So, still, deductible, palagi yung may deductible 10% of the sum insured, no? Monitoring and evaluation. The PCIC staff or official closely coordinating with the members of the DA National Livestock Program, Municipal Agriculture's Local Government Unit, and Barangay Biosecurity Officers shall request a copy of the regular monitoring and evaluation of program implementation reports to ensure that all participants in the DA swine repopulation program shall be covered under the insurance program. Miscellaneous provision. All existing policies, PCIC policies, systems and procedures, or rules and regulations inconsistent with this provision hereof are hereby modified or superseded accordingly. Upon effectivity of these guidelines, other commercial hog raisers that are not qualified under the partly subsidized insurance program can be covered under the PCIC regular insurance program, provided that the corresponding cost of insurance premium is paid. These implementing guidelines shall apply to all insurance policies incepting February 1, 2021 and onwards, and shall remain effective until such time that the hog industry will the market will have stabilized or solution or treatment to the disease has been developed. Again, as I repeat, this period of implementation, we will start paying claims under the, especially for stocks that will undergo culling, for those farmers or hogs that were covered starting February 1, 2021. No? So, before that period, hindi pa magbayad ang PCIC ng hindi pwedeng makompensate ang PCIC ang culling. So, reminder, itong SIIP or the Swine Industry Insurance Program or Swine Repopulation Program will start, no? We started last February 1, 2021. So, issuance before this date, issuance coverage or issuance of CIC prior to this or certificate of cover under before this date, the losses attributed or the cost is falling are not still yet compensable. However, from February 1 up to the present, culling will be compensated. Again, thank you very much. This is Charlie Brilleta from PCIC Regional Office number 10. I would like to express my gratitude to my school for inviting me, as well as would also thank my colleague, Sir Manny Cortina, for helping me in disseminating the information about our programs of PCIC. Thank you very much and good afternoon.
Those are our speakers for today. Now let's go to our open forum. Okay, so are you ready na po ba, Sir Manny, Sir Charlie?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So let's start first. This is from our Facebook user, Derby Free. Yeah, so sabi niya, thank you for enlightening us by PCIC programs, Sir Manny. Continue to extend your help, especially to small-scale farmers who don't have access and updates in this program. I have one question lang po. Will it be possible to minimize the requirements in applying insurance in your office?
The answer is yes, it's possible. We're actually doing that already. Sino yung nagtanong? Actually, dati, we used to have for our rice and corn, meron kami yung NL, Notice of Loss, and then we have the claim for indemnity. And then the board approved to have it as one only, so CI. So we're actually trying to minimize documentary requirements. Even for our filing of notice of loss, we now allow through text messaging, SMS. So we already acknowledge that as formal or your notice of loss. So thank you for that question, but we're actually doing that already, and we are continuously improving, enhancing our services and our system. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much po, sir, for that answer, no? And yes, thank you then to PCIC for for continuing to improve your services. Now let's go naman po to Sir Charlie. So somebody is asking po, for backyard hog raisers in remote communities, to whom should they go to avail of these programs that you have mentioned earlier?
Kung ang ano natin, no, ang procedure, kung you are listed sa RSBSA, na your name is nasa listahan ng registry system for basic agriculture, you can go directly to our office, our provincial extension offices, sa regional office, or we have fourth strategic partnership with the local government units. No, we have deputized them. They can also accommodate you sa application for your livestock insurance. But you must also remember that your area where your backyard farm is located should not be under the red zone, no? Hindi siya naka-red zone para matanggap ang application for insurance.
Okay, sir. Just to clarify po, sir, ano po yung red zone or any places po ba na pwede nyo ma-mention in your recollection lang no, na under sa red zone?
Say for example, Cagayan de Oro City. Red zone lang ang Cagayan de Oro City. Opol, Misamis Oriental is already Itagong, then Mantika and Nitaw. So we can accept application from areas indicated by the Department of Agriculture as red zone.
I see. So yung mga growers under this red zone is hindi as of now is they can apply
Yes.
pa for that po sa program since under sa red zone. So ano po what are the alternative na pwede po nilang gawin for this since they're already in the red zone?
Alternative?
Yes po, sir.
What do you mean by
Ano po sir, for example, if there are growers that would still want to insure their hogs but they are already in the red zone or avail of those programs that you have mentioned, no, but
uh,
are already in the red
eh,
zone, what can they do po?
uh, there is a paano kung mag-repopulate na sila, no? Mag-repopulate na. However, ang repopulation will take a long time, months, no? Because they will still the category will still be continued kung hindi pa nag-end na yung incident sa sa ASF. And after that, kung wala na talaga nagkuhan, wala nang infection na detected sa area na yon, mayroon pang process, no? Maglagay pa ang DA ng sentinel pig na para i-test kung ang area na yan ay wala na talaga kung ano.
I see.
So we really what I'm trying to is if may mga areas na wala pa na red zone, please kung RSBS listed kayo, magpa-insure na kayo. And if you are not an hindi kayo RSBS listed, you can enroll sa ating mga opisina sa DALGU para ang gawin once you have completed the registration process, you will just have your registration photocopy. May stub yon, may stub. You get the stub and ensure na the signatures of mga signatories have signed the stub, no? Para even if you have hindi ka pa na sa system na ipasok sa system pero nandoon na yon, you have that copy of your registration or enrollment, we will accept the application.
Okay, yes. Thank you so much for that, Sir Charlie. No, very detailed yung answer nyo. And of course, yes, to those who are watching, especially to the hog growers, if you are, or if you're living, or if you're going outside the red zone areas na sinabi kanina, please do avail of.
Yes, that's my appeal to the because this is the sad part of it. The Department of Agriculture will now no longer be paying the because ang sabi doon is kailangan ang ating mga farmers na magpa-insure sila para ang PCIC na ang magbayad. So if hindi sila magpa-enroll, if they I'm appealing to those farmers na please visit your city municipal agriculture's office and if your place is not categorized as red zone, please ipa-insure na ninyo ang area ang pigs nyo doon. Do not wait for the time na ang area ninyo magiging red zone na kasi mahirapan na ang PCIC sa pagtanggap ng
Okay, thank you so much, sir. An additional question lang, sir, regarding this program. So, are there already people who are or farmers who already availed of this program and
Yes,
um,
In the case of Region 10, meron na kami mga 40,000 farmers na at saka 40,000 heads of pig that are insured now. No? So in the event, my colleague, and that one of the affected stock is yung na-insure na namin, we will be the one to pay for this. So ang sa DA, 5,000 lang ang ilang maximum, no? Ang PCIC, you can even reach 9,000. As I mentioned last sa explanation ko, it's normal, regular, meron talagang deductible. Kahit na sa car insurance, sa building insurance, meron talaga yung embedded na yung deductible. So, if your coverage is 10,000, may deductible ka na 1,000. If the death occurred at the last month of your patenting period, the maximum that you can get is 9,000.
I see. Thank you so much for that, Sir Charlie. And again, yes, to our farmers na hindi pa wala pa sa red zone, please avail of this program kasi nga as what Sir Charlie have said, no. This is really for your own good then kasi nga yes, DA is already sabi ng Sir Charlie, PCIC will be the one na after that to pay you if ever your hogs are infected with ESF now or with any disease. Now let's go to our next question. I think this is for Sir Manny. So somebody is asking po, which region has the most enrolled farmers and fisher folks? And what is the reason behind this?
Oh, kailangan ko yata tignan yung ano ko slide. But as much as possible, we make sure na lahat naman po nakaka-avail. Pero we actually base our okay, so I think it's region 6 ang madami. Okay, region 6 based sa ano natin. Ito kasi ay based dun sa RSBSA database na binigay sa atin. Actually, ano yan, from DBM pa since 2012. And then may mga na-incorporate na list out of the technical working group. So meron kasi yung version 1 and version 1.1. So yun, kung saan yung regions ang may pinakamaraming RSBSA listed farmers, din doon na nako-cover din. So basically, yun kasi yung pinaka-ano namin reference list for covering under fully subsidized insurance program.
I see. Thank you so much for
may
that.
May I add, John?
Yes. Yes, sir.
I would like to inform ang mga farmers natin na limited itong resources na ito. That's why out of the 10 million listed farmers sa RSPSA, mga 28% lang ang pwedeng makover namin because of the resources that we have. Imagine, ang target namin is 2.8 million farmers nationwide, no? Divided by 13 region, 14 ba man? 14? So, just like Region 10, 174,000 farmers lang ang aming insure. So, this is I'm trying to sa ating mga farmers. Please, no? Hindi ito katulad ng manginasal na eat all you can. Ano ito? First come, first serve. Kung sa ato binisay pa, paluya-luya ka, hindi ka ma-insure, no? And in fact, no, John, ang mga regional offices are doing, recalibrating our, because, take for example, Region 10. Region 10 does not covers only in sa Region 10 provinces tatlo lang. But, mayroon kaming 6 sa Caraga region. So meaning, if we are given 175 ang target namin ng farmers is 175. So, paano namin ma-fund yung 175? Although kaya kung i-reduce natin ang there are mga factors that we can reduce, number of hectares, but we cannot satisfy all those farmers because of the limited resources that we have. So, just like what I'm saying, it's high time para sa ating mga farmers, especially sa mga sa mga parang endangered na mga hog raisers natin. While nandyan pa yung natin, please magpa-enroll na kayo. Ipa-enroll yung mga ninyo, mga stocks ninyo para when the time comes, wala na tayong pagsisisi, mayroon na tayong matatanggap na.
Yes, that's so true. Hopefully, na in the future, more of our farmers should really enroll their crops and also their livestock
Yes.
in PCIC, and of hopefully then crop insurance and livestock insurance would be normalized na with our farmers, so that mas better, because it's really it's good for them talaga. Now for our next question, I think both of you can give your inputs on this po. So, what hinders farmer from availing the insurance programs of PCIC?
Go first, Arim Charlie. Um, Maybe misinformed, hindi nila alam yung programa, but I don't think ano pa yan ngayon kasi we go to up to the barangay level to do massive info dissemination of our program. Siguro may mga hesitations pa din na they might think that baka hindi sila mabayaran o ganyan. So more on mga siguro misinformation on the part of farmer. Now, for paying, for those who are not listed dun sa RSBSA, siguro the premium that they're going to pay, yun din yung that what hinders them. Kasi alam niyo naman yung farmer, as much as possible, they don't want to get insurance, di ba? They'd rather use the money for the inputs, di ba? For other things. They don't see the benefits of getting reinsurance. So yun yung mga yun. Kaya on our part, we make sure actually that's what we're doing at the national level head office, since I'm I'm under marketing department. We make sure that these farmers are our program beneficiaries are well informed of our programs and services para naman hindi sila And we also have counterparts to the regional level, yung mga marketing and sales division personnel namin. They are how do you call that one? They really make effort of really conducting farmers orientation and doing marketing caravans and info dissemination of our programs and services. So Charlie.
In addition to what Manny said, there are instances, which is a parang cultural na treat ng ating mga farmers na to see is to believe sila, To see is to believe. Once may magpunta doon na hindi ang sasabihin nila walang mangyari noon. So when may nabayaran na, yun pa magkisi-kisi na sa ato pa. Kisi-kisi na wala sila pabayaran. But we are trying our best, In fact, with the we have put up a strategically located na mga provincial extension offices, and almost all the mga city municipal agricultures natin, meron na tayong mga memorandum of agreement as to the solicitation or deputizing them as solicitors for PCIC. It is very effective, but sometimes it cannot be denied also that there are places na malayo talaga, It will take you hours before you can reach that farm, And sometimes hindi na nga makabisit ang ating mga technicians doon sa ating whether it's from PCIC or EQ, because of uh, my danger pa na involved. No? So that's why we are really, very grateful for the support of the local government units, because it is precisely the reason why meron tayong ang PCIC palaging maka-produce ng maka-achieve ng target because of their support. No? Although we can really satisfy all those farmers because of the limited, as I mentioned, limited yung resources, and we are also bound by time. No? Kailangan namin target namin baka para at least wala ng problema at the end of the year. So rest assured that we are trying to remedy all that one. We are also engaging partnership, and we are asking the support of the Department of Agriculture Regional Office na in fact in Caraga ang nangyari, ang DA na ngayon ang nagdi-distribute ng mga primer or mga IEC materials sa mga farmers para matulungan na ma-enroll sila sa PCIC. So that's nagpasalamat na kami sa DA. And ang ginagawa din ni Manny doon sa head office, he is also engaging in collaboration with other agencies that will help us spread the news about PCIC. Ginagawa namin yun.
Okay, thank you so much for that, sir. No, and yes, thank you as well to PCIC for really making a great effort to reach more of our farmers and help them in or hikayatin sila na magpa-insure din ng kanilang mga crops and livestock animals. Now, let's go to another question. This is from Dandolf in Facebook. Sabi ni he is asking po how to become an agent of PCIC. So I can so to help reach more farmers daw.
Okay, we have this accreditation for our underwriting agents and solicitors. So if you're covering nationwide, so you might apply to head office as agent. So we have documentary requirements. But if you are servicing, like for example, areas of Region 10 and Caraga, so they might approach also RM Charlie and request for accreditation. So we have this accreditation process for those who are interested to become our underwriters and solicitors.
I see. So what are the basic requirements lang sir needed for those who are interested to become agent?
Okay.
Yes.
If that's an individual, they need to be IC certified. Okay, insurance commission, so they need to have that certification. And what else? Basta we will require some information of that person, okay, to establish yung niya credibility. Okay, pero yung basic for individual, yun kailangan niya ng IC certification na pasado siya to offer like non-crop or non-life insurance. And also for group, merong mga requirements on financial statement, merong kailangan na mga resolution, in resolution na he is designated to do transactions with PCIC. We will also validate all these documentary requirements, okay, submitted by those group. And need also for those who would like to become underwriters that they need to be bonded also. So kailangan may bond sila, okay, because they will be collecting premiums from our farmers and fishers.
I see. Okay, thank you so much for that, Sir Manny. So, yes, to our viewers, baka merong mga interested dyan, just go or just approach. You can, I think you can email them through online na lang din, diba, our PCIC to know more about the details on how to become an agent. So now let's go to our next question. What are the programs that you recommend for farmers during this pandemic? I think either of you can answer, maybe both of you can answer po this question.
Sige. Go RM Charlie.
Ikaw sa
Sige sir. Okay, with this pandemic, I believe they need to get accident or life insurance from PCIC, AP3, because all forms and types of death are covered. So even COVID-19, we will pay kung mamatay sila doon. And whatever asset they do have, kung meron silang crops, then they rather also avail of a crop insurance. And if they do have livestock, so kung anong meron sila, siguro dahil talagang very uncertain yung climate change, yung panahon, and even there are a lot of disease outbreak already and infestations of pests. So just try getting availing of our insurance, especially for those small scale farmers. We encourage them to really be registered with RSBSA and avail of a free insurance from PCIC kasi that's the only way they can recover, okay, from loss that they encountered. Thank you.
Also, Johan, there are say loans that are available, no, sa mga government lending institution under sa land bank. No? We have that. If you are a rice farmer, you can apply for under the Sikasaka program. You can kung nasa RCEP rice program, rice grower ka, may RCEP tayo, Rice Competitiveness Enhancement Fund. Kung you are a hybrid grower, pwede ka mag sa land bank. So there are a lot of opportunity for our farmers. You just have to link with your because land bank is extending loans to farmers, and make sure also that you are also a listed farmer under the RSBSA. And what is good about the program of land bank is minimum very minimum ang interest, no? So ating mga graduates sa agriculture, no, sa Xavier, you can ask for what are the loan windows of land bank. Kasi marami doon, no? May ACPC pa, may APCP, may PLI, may SURE, meron marami under sa Department of Agriculture Land Bank. So just try to visit your nearest local government unit, municipal agriculture office para matulungan kayo. This is the best loan program because unlike sa mga hindi ito yung serious yung mga Panginoon. And there are also terms na medyo you can pay it after a year or 2 years and
I see. Thank you so much, Sir Manny and Sir Charlie, for answering that question and for, of course, mentioning those programs and also those loan opportunities. So I hope that our viewers would really look into that, especially during this time of the pandemic. Medyo mahirap yung mga mahirap yung buhay natin ngayon. So yes, maybe you can avail of those programs and of those loan opportunities that was mentioned. Now let's go to our next question. I think this can also be answered by either of you or both of you. So this question po is, vegetable farmers complain of unpredictable price fluctuation and stop buying during oversupply and when travel is restricted. What insurance product can you recommend to farmers to combat against this situation?
Okay. I will answer that because that is a different type of insurance product. So we have this what we call as revenue protection insurance. Currently, we don't have that kind of insurance, Joanne. However, under our regular high value, we can actually cover, aside from the maximum cover ceiling or the cost of production inputs, we can actually cover additional 20% of their yield cover. So parang meron na rin siyang yield insurance. But that is the one that you're referring to is more on the price fluctuation impact. Okay, so that's a different type of insurance, what we call as revenue protection. And PCIC is currently exploring and doing research on this kind of, kasi bihira lang din yung countries globally ang merong ganito. US, they do have revenue protection. So we're trying to study this kind of insurance and somehow develop. But as of now, we don't have revenue protection insurance. So siguro kuha na lang po sila ng regular high value, and then if they want to cover additional for the yield cover, then they can extend 20% of the sum insured or the cost of production inputs.
I see. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Sir Manny. No, so there you go. To those who are watching na mga vegetable farmers, no, you can do that what Sir Manny have said, so that parang hindi kayo mahirapan if there is any price fluctuation. So now let's go to the next question. This one po is again can be answered by either of you. For the academe, what research topic do you recommend that could help PCIC programs?
Okay, as mentioned and shared kanina, innovative agri-insurance products, that's very challenging for us to do because we have a limited people under our actuarial research and product valuation department. So we encourage academe to help us develop this parametric type of insurance or index-based insurance. So like for example, in Region 10, if like for example, we don't have a pineapple parametric insurance, so they can actually explore that. Okay, like for example, in Bicol, they want to explore parametric insurance for pili. Okay, for other areas with coconut, with coffee. So ano kasi to, the parametric insurance is just simply correlating weather parameters effect to yield, okay, and then come up with indices. So that indices will be now the basis for paying, for payout. So this kind of insurance product we don't have as of the moment, index insurance or parametric for high value. So there's a lot of high value crops, so there's a lot of opportunities for academe to help PCIC develop those products. Actually, we started with UPLB. There's that project Sarai, wherein they focus on 5 high value crops like coconut, banana, sugarcane. So they are into data gathering already, and after that, then we can now develop a parametric type of insurance for high value. So yun po ang siguro request and siguro for the academe. So you can actually access funds from various sources and then develop this kind of innovative agricultural insurance product for, of course, PCIC as your partner. Thank you.
I see. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sir Manny. Yes, to that those are actually very interesting topics for research. No? And I know since a lot of our viewers come from the academe, so yes, maybe yes, you can take up those what yes. How about Sir Charlie? Anything to add po? Maybe something that PCIC 10 wants the academe to research on. Any topics that you'd like the academe to help on researching po?
One of the, this is my personal opinion, one of the problems that we are experiencing in terms of, as I've seen in my 40 years in government services, I think maybe we can come up with a strategy that those mga adversely affected farmers, no, sa mga we can come up with a production method wherein we can expand or we can increase their yield, no. For all I have been observing this because di ba sa una, no, may galing sa una kay nandyan ang XU katong sa kay Father Masterson na ano, extension service ano. These people katong sa mga bitaw na adverse areas, right? Not only sa ilang location, sa ilang sistema sa agriculture, they should be extended tabang, no? Para we can really help them increasing their productivity. So I hope siguro sa atong mga researcher, madugangan, although I do believe that our researcher also in the academy are also doing their thing, no? But maybe they can also, sa research, a product of the research will be implemented in areas mga panggit ba, medyo may lisod na pa area. So they can do it there so that those people will be able to learn from the research that we have. And if and when it will be successful, many of their will siguro mainggan nyo sila sa pag replicate ato nga klase sa because these people, they will believe what they makita nila, what they see, no? Kung wala tayong buhaton dito, so they will continue using their antiquated technology. So with the research nauna ilang makuhaan, and hopefully lagi may spread na siya. Ang research dito na kay diha sa eskwelahan, dito ginaibutan sa pan. And that was sa panahon kay na ako mga classmate sa inyo sa extension nagtrabaho to una. Effective man to ilang ko ano. So ulang nakaroon ang kanang mga inana. So I hope a product of research by the academy will also be ma-spread ito sa para makatabang sa ilang isang pagpaginibuhi.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for that, sir. That's really spoken like a true Agis, no? Really going to the if I may say, going to the peripheries. No? Thank you, sir. Now let's go to our next question. So this one po, the concept of agri-insurance is rarely discussed in agri courses during college. What do you recommend to the academe to improve our knowledge and literacy on agri-insurance?
Grabe yung tanong ah. Yeah, that's really true. Even when I was studying college, so parang hindi na mention yung agri-insurance. But given that climate change, global warming is already with us, and Philippines, we are vulnerable to typhoons, earthquakes. So I believe we need to really include this already in one of the programs or course or subject, whatever, to provide awareness to students that we have this risk transfer mechanism. Actually, dalawa yung risk transfer na yan eh. There's one guarantee fund and then the insurance, okay? Agricultural insurance. And now the trend global is really focused also because of the food security issue. So we need to somehow protect, okay, farm investments. So and I'm so proud to share that PCIC is advanced in terms of traditional insurance in the Southeast Asia and Pacific. We are second to Lao PDR in terms of establishing agri-insurance. And globally, they're looking us as more advanced in terms of the traditional. However, we are also moving forward into developing more innovative agri-insurance products like index parametric, and to be at par also with other developed countries that they are now using satellite technology, drone technology. So I guess it's a very good part of a subject on sustainability, because insurance really can sustain and can transfer risks, and even in extension. So that can also be a good topic to share because you are talking to farmers, sharing technology. So what, di ba, anong magagawa ng magandang technology? You have a good maganda yung tanim mo, but suddenly there's a typhoon, di ba? Devastated lahat. So wala. You will be back to zero. So insurance will somehow support, okay, the sustainability of your business. So because we're talking about money, di ba? Agriculture, farming now is as a form of business, and there's nothing you can do if natural calamities will happen on your farm. So kahit gaano kagaling pa yung technology mo, that I think that's one thing na hindi na realize din ng mga big corporations, na they're not insuring PCIC because they have good technology. But remember, Typhoon Pablo, when hits a lot of banana plantations, so they're losing billions. Okay, so without agri-insurance, you cannot recover from that big losses in your farm. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sir Manny. That's very true, no? And yes, we really hope that our students would also learn more about crop insurance during their time here in college. So anything, how about Sir Charlie po? Anything to add to what?
Uh, 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 Almost all the things were already answered by Pano. But siguro, ang effect lang ang gusto kong, what I wanted to exploit this. Kung ikaw, you are a agricultural engineer, you should try to about insurance, because gamit very I know you know Ernesto Chavez, di ba? Si Erning, is one of the sila ni Manny ngayon, pioneering sila sa geotagging technology, no? Para sa, because we are trying to geotag all our farmers, precisely because we wanted na kung may na-geotag na siya, pala na lang ang area is real, the area belongs to this farmer. At the same time, one of the moral hazards na among is ng bloating sa area. So those mga in fact, as may I quote si Ernie, no? Because during his college days, what he said is, ang iyang master is ang geotagging, no? And consequently, nasa sa PCIC with money, kami, lugar ko ba na sa engineer, kami siya ang natudlo sa amin karon sa geotagging. So, and na-link siya ba? Insurance, geotagging. So, the course that he graduated from is very usable sa gamit kay namo karon, because we really need to geotag because if all your farms are geotag, we can do a lot. No? And also, one of the main good na try namin is because we'll be able to ensure that wala looting sa area.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Sir Carlino. And yes, oo nga, this just goes to shows that really agriculture as a whole, agriculture is very holistic talaga. And all those who are involved in the agriculture industry should really know a lot of things. So now I think that is the end now of all of our questions. But before that, to Sir Manny lang, no, Sir Adlay Validor is commenting down na you look familiar. So I think maybe you have been a student
Hi.
of Sir Validor po.
I think he's a professor of mine before.
Oh, yes. Oo. So,
Yeah.
yes. So Sir Validor is also watching. No? Uh,
Okay.
yes po.
Best regards to sir.
Yes. So now po, before we end our episode for today, of course, we'd like to have or we'd like to ask our speakers for a parting message or inspiring message, especially to our viewers who are watching, which are mostly from the academe, faculties and students from different academes. So let's start with Sir Manny muna.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity on behalf of Attorney Bernabe, our president, and PCIC head office in top management and board of directors. Nagpapasalamat kami for inviting us and sharing PCIC programs to this platform. And for our clients, the small scale farmers and fishers, we are encouraging them, okay, to be registered sa RSBSA through the Municipal Agriculture Office para naman ma-avail nila yung free insurance from PCIC. Okay, and also for the academe, maybe you can also help PCIC to develop innovative agri-insurance products kasi yun yung mga hinahanap din sa amin. Okay, as of this time, yung malakas yung ulan, mabilis ang pagbayad. So maybe you can help us develop for high value crops namin, and also yeah, for students and for the academe na sana you include agricultural insurance doon sa topic na tinuturo natin kasi ito lang yung way para tayo ay maka-recover, okay, with our farm investment. So walang magagawa yung magandang technology kung tayo ay nasalanta naman ng bagyo o ng malalaking natural na mga kalamidad o dilubyo sa ating pagsasaka. Okay? So sana yung iba naman na who's able to pay, so pwede naman silang mag-avail sa amin if they're willing to pay, so we can quote them and try, okay, PCIC's services, products and services na para sa inyo. So we're here to support and protect. So yun nga, wag mag-alinlangan mag-crop insurance. Okay? For additional information, they can visit our website www.pcic.gov.ph. Nandun din yung nakalink ang mga website ng aming mga regional offices. So we have 13 regional offices, 58 extension offices, and 20 service desk. Pwede nilang lapitan anytime. Okay, magtanong, mag-avail ng insurance sa amin. We are willing and we welcome you always. So yun lang, maraming salamat at magandang hapon sa lahat.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sir Manny. Before we go to Sir Charlie, let me just read a comment from one of our faculty here in Xavier University College of Agriculture. This is from Engineer Elenito Doran or si Sir Boy. So, Sir Boy po is saying, thanks PCIC. Eye-opener and very informative. Many farmers do not know this. Maybe PCIC must launch a marketing campaign in the barangay level. So ito po yung sabi ni Sir Boy. So thank you so much,
Noted.
PCIC. Yes. Opo. Now let's go to of course to RM Charlie. So sir, ano po yung message?
Wala na akong masasabi no kasi na ano na ni Manny nga ang sa akin lang is as an agriculturist, try to work in agriculture. Mahirap ngayon sa mga farms natin. Tumatanda na yung mga farmers natin at saka wala. There is money in agriculture. And as I've said, there are loan windows which you can avail of, especially now na maraming pera ang land bank. Maybe trying to work in the farm, your own farm, I think it will help in producing. It will also be a fun. May mga risk, but we have may PCIC na. Unlike before, walang PCIC. So ngayon, kung ikaw mag-engage into farming and you are an agriculturist, please also consider insuring your farm, so that in the event of losses, you will be able to recoup your investment. It might not be 100%, but still, meron kayong gamit for the second round of your farm. So again, I'm joining atong graduating or even yung hindi pa kaka-graduate. you can already, if you have this track of land or piece of land, try to, try to experiment what you have learned from the school, gamitin nyo at i-implement ninyo para at least makita ninyo ang pan. At the same time, you will be able to come up with strategies on how to effectively produce this crop of So that's my although to tell you frankly, ako lang siguro ang agriculturist na walang lupa, walang farm. Si Manny, napakaraming lupa. But again,
After you retire, sir, you can start farming.
idol ko yan si Manny, kaya maraming pain yan. Ako, ang farm ko lang, ang akong 300 square meters na balay. Again, joking aside, no, it's not a joke. I'm just encouraging our friends. Napakaganda ang kung there are mga farmers na despite the fact na hindi sila fully educated, but they were able to how much more for an Agri graduate of agriculture major in sa panahon pa namo agronomy, why not use your knowledge sa so again, that's a challenge to us agriculturists. Maraming salamat at saka I really enjoy the because of kurang nakakasulod sa Xavier karon.
Yes.
So happy. Especially today is my birthday. And I'm 64 years old. Maraming salamat.